Council meeting to order, July 11th, 2017. Notice has been duly posted. Roll call.
Mayor Joe Chilson.
Present.
Jim Nash.
Here.
Jerry Every.
Here.
Ron Johnson.
Here.
Jim Olson.
Here.
Harvey Bertrand.
Here.
Bob Muth.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Time for public input. Anyone wishing to give public input, please step forward. State your name, address, and you have 3 minutes.
Thank you. Diane O'Donnell Wolf, 910 Orchid Place, Onalaska. Thank you, everyone. I'm here to speak on behalf of 3 items on tonight's agenda. 2 are under Board of Public Works. 1 is under the non-committee item. I'm here to speak on the 2 resolutions for Board of Public Works 22-2017 and 23-2017. I think most people know that I'm typically in support of sidewalk projects. Not necessarily all of them. I think sidewalks have their place. I think the City of Onalaska has a very good plan in place for sidewalks and the sidewalk plan in the City of Onalaska. If you're not aware of it, please go up and see Jared, and you can see the sidewalk plan for the City of Onalaska. It's been a long-standing map that's upstairs, so you understand it. So I urge your support for item 8A for the alley paving project, also for 8B for the Emerald Valley. I understand that this is the last lot in the second edition. I go back to when I was back on council over a decade ago, and there was the last lot in Elmwood Hills, and there was 1 lot left, and it had not been developed, and there was a spot that needed to be punched in for a sidewalk, and there was a lot of discussion about it, and a gal who had owned the lot, they moved to Indiana, and they assured us, promised us up and down they were going to move back, they were going to build on it. Council then decided that we were going to go ahead and punch a sidewalk in. Fast forward over a decade later, the lot not only sold once, it sold a second time, and it just got built on this past year. So if we wouldn't have ordered it in, we'd still be sitting here waiting for a lot to be built on. So I ask that you go ahead and support Resolution 23-2017. And lastly, item resolution to utilize Committee of the Whole. I apologize, Alderman Every and I have not been able to make contact, not to his lack of trying to get a hold of me. We just haven't been able to connect because I wanted to understand this proposal better. And the way I understand it per the Exhibit A is that there are 10 committees that would be so-called absorbed by other committees. And if I understand that theory correctly, that tells me that these committees would go away and they would be absorbed by other committees. And when I look at these 10 committees, 8 of them are made up a majority of community members. And I think anytime that you can have community members make up committees for a municipality, you're bridging the gap between taxpayers and City Hall. And I think that's a good thing. I think you have a depth and breadth of knowledge and expertise on all of these committees. And at the end of the day, yes, you have 6 votes on the table, and they're council members who make that final decision. But I think when you look at these committees, Great River Landing, Historic Preservation, Long Range Planning, Plan Commission, Technology Committee, I would hate for the City of Onalaska to throw that level of expertise and those many, many, literally decades of community participation that you've had from all of these people and throw that away.
3
As someone
minutes.
who has been on a committee since 1999 with the City of Onalaska, I urge you to vote that down. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to give public input?
My name is Patty Knack. I live on 319 Locust Street, and I just have the opportunity tonight to just say thank you. You guys serve, ladies as well, serve. I'm sure there's a Tuesday night, 2nd of the month, that you'd just as soon be home and watching your favorite whatever on TV. Thank you for serving. You know, it's just rude not to tell somebody who's serving you, thank you. So thank you for what you do and the time you put in and your effort. And I would just like to ask the God of heaven and earth to help you in all the decisions and just to help you pave the way for you in making things easier for Onalaska and for you. So, Father, in the name of Jesus, I thank you for these men and women that serve the community of Onalaska. Thank you for filling them with your wisdom and insight. I ask, Lord, that you'd show them things to come, that they wouldn't be blindsided by anything, but they would have foresight by your Spirit and helping them in every decision that they make. I thank you for their service, and I ask that you'd keep them strong and healthy and vibrant and quick in their mind. Bless each one in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to give public input?
My name is Jane Brennigan Reinl. I live at 611 8th Avenue North on Alaska. I was here last month at this time. I did not come here last month to hear myself talk. What, you can't get back to me in the form of a letter in a timely manner? I came with some pretty big figures, and I think that the city has to be accountable to it. It's just plain rude. You people could not get back to me in a month's time. First, you waste my money and our taxpayers' money, putting in, ripping out $40,000, $90,000, and no answers. We need some answers. And I think something should have been sent to me in the mail. If I only get 3 minutes to talk up here, representing some people that are pretty upset about this. They're said and done now. Their crosswalks are in. Money's been spent. We need answers. Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to give public input?
Evening, gentlemen. Joe Etten, live at 1017 Parkridge Drive. Wanted to mention something. I guess just hope that you're going to have a good discussion here about agenda item number 11, resolution 21, 2017, to utilize committee of the whole. I'd be curious to hear the theory behind that as well. I think the intentions are probably good as far as trying to streamline things, but I would agree with the lady prior that there is a lot of engagement on the part of taxpayers and community members on a lot of those committees, and to just do away with them in order to do for whatever standing committees, which I think you might want to check it. I think there's a misprint because it says something like 3 on the first, or 4 on the first page, but there's actually 3. It's just before that gets in, if it gets in the books, double check that. But I look forward to hearing discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to give public input?
Hello. My name is Michelle Mansky. I'm at 124th Avenue South. Not sure if this is when I do this or not, but Resolution 19-2017, it's in regards to redoing our alley. Do you know what I use my alley for? I put my trash cans there. I cannot drive into my garage from the alley. I cannot basically, there's a hill to get down to the alley from my property, and I am expected to pay over $500 for my trash can to go out on Tuesday mornings. Granted, my house is in the alley, and I probably should pay something, and I'm willing to pay something, but not as much as the guy next to me who has a 2-car garage that he can drive into, and he has room for at least 4 or 5 cars back there. He's asked to pay the same as I am. There's 2 of us, Paul Larson and I. It's trash can space, so just would like some reconsideration on the cost of what that's going to be. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to give public input?
Thank you for letting me address the council. Dennis Aspenson, 1735 Pine Ridge Drive, Onalaska. I'm here on 3 items tonight. 2 of them are traditional trades items on the agenda. I'm here in full support of both items. I know traditional trades has met with the neighbors on occasions, address their concerns within reason. I think we've cleared everything up. My feedback from City Hall is that they're supportive of it. And so I'm lending my support, and it'll be a good addition and a blend with the neighborhood. So with that said, both those items I support on traditional trades. The other item, or items that are on the agenda, are pertaining to the Barb and Dave Scogan Parks and what they're doing for the community down on Main Street. I'm fully supportive, and I'd like to publicly thank them for what they've done over the years and this project that they're going to move downtown forward for us. So your support on these would be appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to give public input? Second call, anyone wishing to give public input? Third and final call, anyone wishing to give public input? That portion is now closed. Report from the mayor. I was not forwarded the stats from the library, so unfortunately I can't give them to you. If they come in the next couple days, I will add them to my report next time. So, recommendations for approval and or possible action from the following committees, commissions, and boards. All items listed under the consent agenda are considered routine and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member requests removal, in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in the order of business in the non-consent agenda. Does the council wish to remove anything from the consent agenda? Hearing none, we need a motion.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second. Motion made by Jim Banash, seconded by Bob Muth to approve the consent agenda. Discussion. Oh, there is no discussion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Abstentions? Motion carries. The non-consent agenda. Okay, we have nothing to recap because nothing was pulled. So, Finance Committee.
Thank you, Your Honor. The following list of monies expended since the last Common Council meeting dated June 13th, 2017, in the total amount of $1,417,312.78. Make a motion for approval.
Second.
Motion made by Bob Muth, seconded by Jim Banash to approve the vouchers. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Abstentions? Motion carries. Board of Public Works.
Thank you, Your Honor. Item A, Resolution 22-2017, final resolution regarding assessments for alley paving project between 3rd Avenue South and 4th Avenue South from Main Street to Irvin Street in the city of Onalaska.
Motion to approve.
Okay, motion made by Harvey, seconded by Jerry.
Yeah. Have a go ahead.
Addressing Ms. Mansky's comments to the alley, we did bring that up during the public hearing at the Board of Public Works. I did hand out a map that did show that her property at 120 4th Avenue South and the property at 121 3rd Avenue South owned, as she stated, by Paul Larson, do have garages that do front Irvin Street. They do not front the alley. It was discussed at that time. The motion was moved forward as you see it tonight with no changes to the assessment. So I guess I would leave that up to discussion tonight.
Okay. Harvey?
Actually, it was about the same response. And I want to make sure I understand what you said in connection with what she said.
Yep.
And I don't understand it. There was some issue about she brought up $500. And can you explain the resolution of what she was saying?
Correct. The resolution you see before you tonight, the final resolution for the alley paving assessments, is based on a lineal foot of frontage abutting the alley. So the more lineal foot of frontage you have, the higher your cost is because you have higher benefit. Her neighbor, for instance, to the north at 116, actually uses the alley for their access to their residence. She is stating that her driveway comes off of Irvin Street, so she does not actually access the alley, but she does still have frontage on the alley, so she has the same per lineal foot cost as the rest of all of the participants along the alley, all the property owners.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Mr. Chairman?
Jim?
If there is to be made an exception, my question would be, are we setting some kind of precedent? If somebody doesn't want a sidewalk in that they're never going to use, or an alleyway that's not going to be a benefit to them, have we done this in the past where we've said, well, if there's no egress or ingress, why should they be charged?
And we have actually on an alley about a block and a half away, approximately 5 to 10 years ago, we had an alley that had some owners that sat higher in elevation. So they were probably 10 foot above the alley with their homes. So there was no way that they could physically access the alley. We did waive their assessments due to the fact that they could not access it. Here you've got the fact that the lot is accessible from the alley, but they're just choosing not to access it that way. We have levied assessments previously to people that have had alleys abutting their property, but their home access, their garage access, has come off the primary street in the front. So those are kind of the two examples I look at that would relate to this site. I guess as far as the benefits and damages, I'd leave that to Sean to maybe confer a better opinion on that, but that is what we've done in the past.
Thank you.
Okay. Counsel, did you... excuse me, ma'am. The way the decorum is that you had your 3 minutes, and I hate to cut you off, but that's just the way the rules are. Sean, did you want to weigh in on this?
Well, I think this is a policy decision, not a legal decision.
Okay.
For you, whether you set a policy of doing this or not.
Okay. Anybody else? Jim?
By policy, that means we can adapt to the situation. Is that if we want to change it, or policy is this is how we do it and this is how it's going to be done?
This is not going to, if you make an exception, it doesn't create a legal right for other people. It would be a policy and a political decision that you're making.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, we have a motion on the floor. All in favor of the motion to approve Resolution 22-2017, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay?
Nay.
So we have 2 nays. Abstentions? So it's 4-2, correct? Motion carries.
Item B is Resolution 23-2017, preliminary resolution regarding assessments for concrete sidewalk along Emerald Valley Drive, 800 feet east of Augusta Lane. It was the recommendation of Board of Public Works to approve the preliminary resolution 23-2017.
Second.
Okay, motion made by Jerry and seconded by Harvey to approve Resolution 23-2017. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
Nay.
One nay. Abstentions? Motion carries 5-1. Plan Commission.
Right, item A, approval of an amendment to the general implementation plan of the Traditional Neighborhood Development, TND, filed by Adam Aspenson, Traditional Trades, 1641 Sand Lake Road, Onalaska, Wisconsin, 54650, who is requesting an amendment to the general implementation plan of the Traditional Neighborhood Development, TND, to merge, quote, Area A with, quote, Area B, to facilitate one structure occupying Area A and Area B, including altering building height within the existing Area A for the property located at 1171 Rolling Oaks Drive, Onalaska, Wisconsin, 54650, tax parcel number 18-5822-2.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion made by Bob Muth to approve. Seconded by Jim Olson. Discussion.
I can offer.
Hearing none.
Under Plan Commission T on the consent agenda, the final implementation plan was approved. We needed to pull off the general implementation plan. If it's not approved, then item T goes away, doesn't exist. But there was some additional language that needed to be added here that Plan Commission did not see on their agenda.
Questions or comments? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, nay. Abstentions? Motion carries. City Administrator's report.
Thank you. Item A, Resolution 24-2017, preliminary resolution to vacate and discontinue a portion of Hickory Street.
I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 24-2017.
Okay, motion made by Bob.
Second.
Seconded by Ron to approve Resolution 24-2017, which is the preliminary resolution to vacate and discontinue a portion of Hickory Street. Discussion. Jim.
It's my understanding that this goes back to 1983, that when the festival, which was the headquarters, was built, and that street was incorporated into what is now considered the parking lot. And with this resolution, we're deeding that part of the Hickory that had formerly been Hickory Street back to that particular owner of that land. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Is that the same real estate? Is that the same real estate that is going to be sold to the school?
Through the...
I thought there was some discussion of that property being sold to the school district.
Oh, yes, that is, yes. It's
clarification.
dead ends into that parking lot, yes.
Thank you.
That is correct. Any other questions? Jerry?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Where had this come up in our previous meetings other than 1988? I don't recall it being talked about this last month at all.
This was a Plan Commission item, was it not?
Oh, no, the reason why it's under administrative report is because it has not been. It was brought to our attention of the issue. Staff had discussed that it, for a timely factor, had not been to a committee yet, since the council actually has the purview over discontinuances or not.
Okay, so it didn't have to go through the committee.
Yes, that's right. It's not coming from a committee. Okay. It's only coming from here, much like the next agenda item is coming from an alder as well.
It was mentioned at CDA.
It was mentioned, correct.
Yes.
The preliminary resolution as written establishes the required hearings as necessary, and then the final after the hearings, the final decision will be made by the council. So the council kind of acts as its own initial committee, if you will, at this point in time. If there's any questions you have about what the history is, this is the moment to really discuss it.
This will now go through committees.
No, it'll go to the hearing in front of the council, and then the council will have the final approval of that again. So if there's any questions about it, this is the opportune time, since you're the final committee.
Public hearing? Yeah, I do have some questions. Fred, is there any fiscal impact?
Well, I guess if you're referring to fiscal cost to vacate it, at this point, the way I understand it, and the city administrator is correct, the past is all, any vacation all handles at the council level. It does not hit a committee level. Council has the public hearing, and council will then, if this moves into a public hearing, will also vacate it at the future hearing date. But as far as financial costs at this point, there is no cost to the city.
Because there is a hearing and there is fees for hearing. If you look at the cover letter written by Attorney Dustin Van Ruden on behalf of David and Barbara Scogan, you'll mention in the second to last paragraph that they have paid the $300 required for a hearing notice. So there is an impact because there's a cost to that of which they're bearing. It's part of our normal licensing and regulation feature functions.
So then we're going to deed it over to the school, is that it?
No.
The homeowner then will sell it to the school?
Well, if that deal is in actuality comes to be.
Thank you.
Okay. We have a resolution to approve. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Abstentions? Motion carries. Non-committee item, Resolution 21-2017, resolution to utilize Committee of the Whole. Jerry, or I think, Jerry, you ought to handle this because you're the one that brought it forward.
Sure, thank you. I appreciate that, Mr. Chairman. My proposal is simply an effort to possibly streamline our procedure and have more public input that our aldermen actually hear rather than reading it from a packet. And I think it would make it a lot easier. It would actually not call for eliminating committees. Committees could be kept if the council so desires. Some have to be kept by law. We have no control over that. But the rest can be either absorbed. For instance, I don't see any reason in the world why we need a stop sign committee, or basically any of the committees that might meet quarterly, but that would be up to the council. And I would think before you marshal the forces, I think be wise for the people to have all the information exactly how this is going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And you might find it's going to be helpful. So I've been in public service since 1977, and a lot of you have also. And I've met a lot of people, and been on a lot of committees, and all of them use the Robert's Rules of Order, one form or the other, some strict, some not so strict, some in between.
Is that a reference to my gavel?
That's good. But all of the people I've met have been good, devoted people, and really give a lot of their time to do public service. So during the campaign this spring, I was asked by the Tribune interviewer, how do you think you'll get along with the council? I said, what do you mean? Well, he said, I just wondered, because every decision is a unanimous decision, and it's been that way forever. So in my experience, I found out that most often when things are going that smoothly for that long a time, that's when you want to start being a little cautious and start wondering why that is happening. And I don't think that's happening here for any particular reason. The reason that I would like to see this committee system changed is because I kept track in the month of April and May out of 14 meetings a month. 14 meetings a month where things are discussed and council members are to be there to gather information. Out of the 14 meetings, 4 times there was only 2 aldermen there. 2 times there was 1 additional alderman there other than the chairman or the vice chairman. The rest of the times, 0 aldermen there. So then I'm told that you can get this information from your packet. And folks, I've got a month's packet put together here for you to see. It's the size of a Sears Roebuck catalog. And if anybody could sit there and read that and make sense out of it and come here and vote,